Google Maps Engine Lite helps you create custom maps to share with collaborators and publish to the web. To get started, you can go directly to mapsengine.google.com, or you can simply go to the normal maps.google.com, choose My Custom Maps, and choose the Create option. If you're working in the older Google Maps, click on My Places, and then the red Create Map button, which essentially redirects you to mapsengine.google.com. However you get here, you can choose to create a new map or open an existing map. I'm going to create a new map. There are many classroom applications for the Maps Engine tool. You can record features of an area related to history or geography, record personal experiences for locations kind of like a map's diary, and you can visualize and map data. You can even create a custom map to direct participants to field trip locations with relevant directions for what they should do there. Let me get started with my map by searching for a location. I can create my own custom marker for this by clicking the Add Marker button and clicking on the map where I want the marker to be located. Once on the map, I can drag and drop the marker to the precise location that I want. The point appears on my map, and I can click on it to bring up the pencil to edit and add in more details. I can also add in a picture by URL, so you'll need to locate the image you want in another tab, right-click on it, and choose Copy Image URL. Go back to Google Maps Engine and paste that address in the Maps Engine box, and click Add. Make sure to save your changes. Unlike the classic My Maps tool, Maps Engine does not support rich text formatting, so my font color is changed to standard black. Let me change the name of this map before I forget. To do so, I just click on the untitled map text and enter my new title. In addition to adding custom place markers, I can also draw lines on the map. Let me search for my new location. Then I will choose the line tool. I'll click once to start my line, and I will double click to end it. I can draw more than just straight lines as well. If I use the line tool, click once to start it, and single click, I can change the direction of my line or even draw a complete polygon. Again, when you're done, you just double click. As I add items to my map, they are added to the window along the left, and I can click on any of these items to be taken there quickly. To delete an item from your map, simply select it and choose the trash can. Also in that left menu, you'll see an option to adjust the base map, which right now is in Map View, but I can use the drop-down menu to choose from a wide variety of other options. All of the items I've added so far have been put on my first untitled layer, and I'm going to use the Add Layer button to show you one of the more powerful features of the Maps Engine tool, which is the ability to import form and spreadsheet data. I'll rename this layer by clicking on the Untitled Layer label and adding a more descriptive title. When you add a new layer, you're going to see an option to import information. I have created a Google form for my students to fill out and have assigned each student to enter a notable event from the civil rights movement. We're used to visualizing this type of data in timeline form, but seeing where key events took place geographically is another powerful way to represent this data. My form will serve to quickly collect the data from my students, and then that data is dumped into a spreadsheet, as you can see here. Now let me switch back to the Maps Engine. I'm going to use that import option to pull in data from my spreadsheet, which lives in my drive, so I'll select that. I'll put a check mark by the form responses that I want, and then choose the blue Select button. First, I'm prompted to choose which column I want to use for the position of the place marks. I want those place marks to be put on the map by city and state location, so I'm going to put a check mark in the event location box and then choose Continue. Now I'm prompted to select the primary title for the place mark. I'm going to choose Event Title and then click Finish. You can see how the Maps Engine automatically creates place marks for all of the items that were entered on my form and ended up in that spreadsheet. When I click on the place marks on the map or in the list along the left, the information entered on the spreadsheet is displayed. And once imported, I can still edit my place marks and add in pictures. If I click on the drop-down options in the left menu, I can also change the color and or shape of the icon, which is useful if we want to start categorizing events on this map. And the data used from the form to create these place marks is accessible here, but it is not updated if or when additional users fill out your form. So if I have more students enter events on this form, I am going to need to make a new layer and re-import my data. After importing my updated data, I can delete my old layer by accessing the Layer Options menu and choosing Delete this layer. Instead of color coding by individual place mark, you can also use layers to color code and identify information. So let me make a new map since this information I'm going to pull in is for a different topic. I make a new map by clicking the folder icon here. I found spreadsheets online of Civil War battles by year, and I've uploaded some of them into my Google Drive. So I'm going to rename this layer and title it 1861 Battles. I'll import that matching data. And you can see Maps Engine makes individual placeholders for all of those battles instantly for me, which is great. I get all of the detailed information about each battle when I click on the individual place marks, and all this information was already added for me in that spreadsheet that I downloaded. Now I'm going to make a new layer for the 1862 battles. This time I saved that spreadsheet right to my computer just so I could show you how to import that way as well. As before, I'll choose Import. This time I will choose Select File from my computer and then continue the regular import process. Now I really have a lot of place marks on my map, which helps me see areas where there was a higher frequency of battles taking place. I can also deselect a layer in the left menu to not view its items, so now I'm only seeing the 1862 battles. But to really help me compare, let me turn the 1862 layer back on, but I'm going to change the color of all of those place mark labels here. This really helps me see that not only did the number of battles in 1862 greatly increase as compared to the previous year, but those battles also went deeper into the South as compared with 1861. I can add in another layer for my 1863 battles, and would love to be able to add in additional layers for the subsequent years, but my add layer option is gone. And I'm prompted to upgrade from the Lite version to the Pro version. So the free Lite version gives you only 3 layers, which is just something important to keep in mind. Maps Engine saves as you go, and to access or switch to another map, just again use that folder icon and choose Open a Map. To share your map with other collaborators, simply choose the green Share button and add collaborators like you do with Google Docs. I plan to embed this map on my website, so I'm going to change the map from private to public on the web. To get the embed code for your map, click on the folder icon in the top left and choose Embed on my site. Copy the embed code, switch over to your website and paste the code into the HTML editor for your page. Save your changes and you'll now have a very nice embedded map on your website with the ability to go full screen for easier viewing, which really just opens the map up in a new tab. Maps Engine Lite allows you to go beyond manually adding place marks to your Google Maps. You can easily visualize and map data from spreadsheets or data collected with Google Forms, and you can set up different layers for even more options for visualizing different types of data. The Maps Engine tool gives teachers and students a great user-friendly tool for creating customized and sophisticated maps.